great Sunday. I'm gonna give some time for people to join in, but we got a bunch of unboxings to do. And today I'm gonna update on a few things. I just got back from the new house. I wasn't here all night, so yesterday I wasn't here for 24 hours. We're gonna update the angelfish real quickly, what's going on with them. And we did have a death, and I'm gonna show you guys how long a dead fish lasts in a Pleco tank. When I came in this morning, well, not even this morning, like a few hours ago, this fish was already like a bone and skeleton. So let's look at that real quickly. I think this is going to be educational. So that's what happens to a dead fish in a Pleco tank. That is actually an angelfish. This fish was alive yesterday, and they're still dealing with their disease. You can see some of them are still struggling. These guys are better, and these guys obviously don't have the disease, or if they do, they're not showing any symptoms. But this one died at some point last night when I wasn't here. And I'm gonna take him out right now. I just wanted to show you guys this real quickly. That's why I left it, because that's how long that fish lasted when in the tank. So I wasn't home yesterday from probably around 2-3 o'clock in the afternoon, which is when I left, and I came back around 2-3 o'clock today. So 24 hours exactly. And I had to find a net that I don't want to contaminate, or that I don't mind contaminating. So I just got back not like too long ago, and we are going to update on the baby angels. They're in the other side, so we'll look at them. They're going to the new place. So real quickly, I want to show you guys is the dead fish. So that's what I got today within 24 hours. So that's how keeping Plecos. These Plecos are carnivores, or they do the role of scavengers. Especially hypancestors, I find are very opportunistic, you know, and they definitely scavenge anytime a fish dies or anything. So we're gonna do a real quick update on the baby angels. I know everybody wants to know about these guys. Give this video a thumbs up if you're watching this right now, because it helps me out quite a bit. And also, if you're watching this on the replay, comment and let me know you're part of the replay crew, and give the video a thumbs up. There's like 15 of you guys on right now. Alright. Oh. No internet. Okay. We back? Something happened. I don't know. If we're back, let me know. If not, I'll start a new stream. Did it freeze? Yeah, it froze. What's going on, Sandy? How you doing, Steiner? How you doing, S? How you doing, Jonathan? Alcander the Great. Alexander. Okay, there we go. Brain fart. Good afternoon, San Antonio, Texas. Hey, hello to Texas. Hello, Texas. How you doing? I know, rest in peace, angelfish. It does suck. I'm not gonna be unrealistic to the move. There might be a couple of casualties. I'm doing my best to make sure that there's no casualties. I'll have the moving truck from Wednesday till next week, Monday. My mom was nice enough to offer to pay for the moving truck for the entire week, which is like almost $800. So that was like a huge relief. I just got off the phone with her, and so that was nice. And then we just had to worry about the gas and paying the moving guys, which are my two friends. So, you know, beer and pizza plus some money, you know, because we're old enough that even if it is your friend, you gotta still pay them, especially when they're professional movers, right? Thank you, Sandy. I feel better today. I did another COVID test earlier for work. I had to go in. That's why I stayed at the old house, at the new house, because I had to go in this morning for a COVID test at like 9 o'clock in the morning till 12:30. So I had like 3 hours to do the COVID test, and I got there at like 11. So we're gonna do some unboxings real quickly. I'm not gonna spend a lot of time. I'm just waiting for my work to email me back So I got a whole box. This box is real heavy. I got a lot of stuff in it. No, that's not how this works. That is not how this works. But if you do come to help move, that would be good. Because I know you're a professional mover too. So we got more stuff in here. Oh my God, this is heavy. Ta-da! What did we get? We got. Hey, if you're watching this right now, give it a thumbs up. It helps me out quite a bit. Not a paid advertisement, but this is my preferred power head filter. I really like these things. Cascade. I have a video on how to set this up properly. You can go find that on the Pleco playlist. There's an entire playlist of like 140 videos explaining how to breed and keep and Plecos, how to raise baby Plecos, how to hatch eggs, how to do all that stuff. There's an entire playlist. So if you go to playlist on my channel, you can find it. There's another playlist with zebra Plecos, 40 different videos explaining how to take care of, how to buy zebra Plecos, who to buy them from, what to look for when you're buying zebra Plecos, and all the way to breeding, to feeding little babies, what to feed them, what I feed them, what kind of food they need, what to feed them to get from real small to real big, real fast. You know what I mean? They're not a fast growing fish, but I do have a method that works for me. I actually have some babies here that I was going to sell, but my mom called me today and she said that she's gonna pay for the moving truck and stuff, and because of that I think I'm gonna hold on to these, because I told her I was gonna sell some baby fish and she said no, you don't have to do that, I'll help you, you know, whatever. So that was real nice of her, so thank you, Mom. What's going on, Zebra Pleco fans? So we got a whole bunch of these. I spent a lot of money on this stuff, so you guys can help me out with this stuff if you want. Super chats are always nice. Memberships helps you and helps me, real nice, also helps. There's a give, send, go. It's a slow start on it because a lot of people have just been sending me like cash through like PayPal and this and that too, and I just like my family's has been giving cash, so it helps out. Housewarming gifts and stuff, but these I paid for already. I bought 4 of them. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna set these up, one in this tank, one in the other Pleco tank, you know what I mean, in all the Pleco tanks all throughout the fish room, and have them cycled and ready to go with the sponge and the filter media and everything in the next week or two. And then these will be going into the new tanks at the new place with the water from here, the sand and the structure and whatever. And then that way I can also clean some of the sponge filters that have not been cleaned for almost 8 to 9 years. A lot of these setups have been set up for more than 5 years for a lot of these. Going on, some of these are like about 4 or 5 years, some of the ones that are on the other side, the new ones. And so it's good time to like clean those as well. So that's part of the plan. This move will be happening from Wednesday till next Sunday. For the majority of the tanks and stuff, I'll try to live stream some of it. I mean, I'm not going to promise I'm going to live stream everything, but I will live stream. Also, I want to know what you guys think. Should I do a fish room tour live before I start dismantling this place? Or should I do a fish room tour recorded? I can do either one, but I wouldn't mind doing it live. I think it's going to be more fun, and we can set up a time. I think most likely Tuesday night. Late night would be when I would do it, and if you don't get to watch it Tuesday night, I will keep it public so everybody can go check it out. So we open the second box. What do we get? We got salt. So this is the salt I use, pure sea salt, non-iodized, fine granulate. So it says right there, non-iodized. Okay, you cannot put iodized salt in your aquarium. Or to hatch brine shrimp, or to regenerate the resin. There's also videos on what this is and explains exactly what it is, and so if anybody has questions, let me know, whatever. I'll try to get to those. Let's get some, okay, do both. Use the footage as a diary, you can upload and edit later. Yeah, that is actually a good idea. What's going on, Empyrean Conquerors? Okay, hi, how are you? Pretty interesting name. Yes, mothers are the very best, and I have the best one too. Can't complain. I did get some methylene blue. I found another bottle. I have like 5 bottles of methylene blue, but this is gonna be useful because the new facility is gonna have a lot of breeding tanks. You guys are gonna be very happy with this place. I'm not even joking. The entire living room is sitting on a metal crossbeam that goes across the entire house, which essentially means that I can put unlimited weight on the living room floor without any consideration or worry. And then also I have access to the basement, so then we can actually reinforce with wood beams from the basement, which really makes it even extra strong. Once you do that, you can put a swimming pool in the second floor and it wouldn't matter, right? So that's a really big thing. I'm really happy about that. I just found out that that possibility exists because I had a friend of mine, he's actually a member in the channel, come over yesterday and look at the structure. He does construction work, and so we went through the entire beams and everything and just figured out where everything was, and having him there really helped me figure out all that stuff. So that's a really cool thing, you know? Oh, really nice. You get moderator? Not yet. You gotta be here for at least a few months, you know? Hey, I ran a few experiments, been doing the hobby since the 80s, but have some theories. Basically, I ran 10, 20 gallon tanks, 15, 20 fish, guppies, boardiads, cories, swordtails. Nice, that's really cool. And yeah, if you've been keeping fish since the 80s, you know what you're doing. So that's a really cool thing. So, what's going on, Jelmer? How you doing? Sean Rati's in the building. How you doing, Sean? I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. Ride to win. Definitely. You are very talented. We're friends on Facebook also. Lost Beyond. Sound out from UK. Shout out from UK. Okay. I'm really tired, by the way. I slept on the wooden floor yesterday on a blanket, like a thin ass blanket, and there was no pillow, so I had a couple of towels folded over. I was like, had my head on it. At the new house, nothing's been there. The bed frame hasn't been moved. My mattress hasn't been moved. You know what I mean? So like, we're still how to reduce aggression. Depending on the fish, what type of fish? Let me know, and then I'll because it depends on the fish. Do both. Yeah, I will. Gavin wants to know how many tanks I run. Right now about 30 in total. I think we can figure that out when we do the tour. Like in here, like I gotta do a tour before I dismantle everything. I gotta record this. That's the main reason why I started the YouTube channel, is to keep a record of my tanks and what's in there and stuff over the years. And so like I haven't done a tour in like almost 2 years, and almost all the fish that I had in the last tour before are here, plus all their babies, and there's new ones. So I definitely should do a tour. There are some that have died, obviously. I've recorded those. I know I have made videos on those for the most part. And I also have all the dead ones that are Plecos and stuff. I didn't think about it as I wasn't gonna stay there. Like, it was a last minute decision. The main reason I decided to do it was because the dog was there, and it was her first time being there, so I want her to be comfortable being at the new house. And she was very good. She had a brilliant time yesterday, and now she's back here, so she's happy today. She had an excursion essentially, right? So she got to like do something different and hang out at a new house, and everything was nice for her, and so that was good. So I decided to stay last minute because it was already late, and I figured, why am I gonna drive all the way downtown for 45 minutes, you know, 39 kilometers or whatever, pay all the gas and shit, and then have to drive all that distance back to today in the morning. My car wasn't all holding all that well, and I was just like, I'm not gonna try to haul anything in the car anymore because you know, like, it's just not smart to haul any weight in it. So I'm renting the truck because of that early. And yeah, so I just decided to stay there last minute, like at 10:30 at night. I was like, or 9:30 at night. I was like, I'm staying here, you know. So I cracked a beer, drank it, slept, woke up, drank 4 beers actually. What's going on, Benny? Yes. Well, I don't, but my partner does. The person I'm partnering up with for this new facility. Yes, S. That was very important to me, you know. Jelmer says, I have one very shy male and an aggressive male. More calm and bigger alpha male. What kind of fish? L66. Oh, that's normal. You're not gonna have more than one or two dominant males. And the reason the one that's second dominant is gonna be more aggressive is because he's fighting for position, right? So he's gonna be really aggressive to the shy male, and he's also gonna be aggressive to the bigger male if he can. But usually the reason the big guy is calm is because he is probably the more dominant fish in the tank, right? So he doesn't need to always exert himself. You know what I mean? He doesn't need to show off and be like, I'm the big guy in the house. You know what I mean? Because he's already the big guy in the house. But the little ones that are coming up have to always prove their position. And it's not just to themselves. They have to prove their position to the females to reproduce. So there's nothing you can do about that. You might have to remove the third male. You know what I mean? He might get shredded. But it's a good idea to have him in there because that reduces the aggression towards the females. Because aggression can go downhill regardless of gender also. So that's something to keep in mind. I know, I know, Longfin. I know. And I had to have this stuff out. Like I need to have this set up in the new place, you know, so I gotta do it. Gavin says, sorry, that was nitrate 5. Hey, do you breed German? Yes, I already answered that. Dude did no water changes for 6 weeks, only 3 tanks had filters out of 10, no problems. You know, if you have plants in your tank, you can keep 0 nitrates or very low nitrates depending on the type of plants you're using and stuff. Like in this tank, for example, there's very little nitrate accumulation. Over like 3 months, there might be like 20-30 ppm, you know, because I have a heavy plant load in here. So it's quite possible to do. It's just a matter of having the right type of plants and having a lot of it to be able to absorb the nitrates. Like in here, you can't because those plants are not enough for the amount of tank. But that's why I use the resin in there. But yeah, it's totally doable. My pleasure, Zandu. If you're watching this right now, give me a thumbs up. If you're watching it on the replay, give me a thumbs up. It helps quite a lot. You know what I mean? With the algorithm and stuff, people get to see more videos to other people. YouTube basically shows it to other people. That's more people like it. You know what I mean? Yeah, Longfin Lagoon is actually on the move right now also. He is also channel member, but from his other account. He has 2 accounts on YouTube. And his personal account is what he is actually member with. And so I talked to him on social media. We're also friends. Just because he lives close by. Close enough to buy fish from me, you know? He lives 3 hours drive from where I live. What's going on, Aquasha? We connected already. I got you in the chat group, so that's nice. All the members, if you are not in the chat group, send me a message on Facebook or through Telegram, which is Aqua Malik, and I'll add you to the chat group. You know, you might have to send a message request. Send it directly to my main Facebook page. I usually get it. If you are on right now and you're a member, let me know you're sending me a message so that I know, because I get like 100 message requests every day. I can't get back to everybody, just because the you know, reality of time and stuff too, right? Oh, buddy, like all the time. All my rams in this fish room are breeding. Right now, I'm trying to stop the fish from breeding until the move happens, but it's not possible. I have like 3 or 4 angel spawns. I know the big pair is about to spawn again. So like, it's just, it is what it is. You know what I mean? So you gotta kind of flow with it. Algae also is a really good nitrate remover. Algae also removes phosphate, so it's a really good thing to have. That's the downside, right? Thank you for thumbs upping the video. And everybody watching right now, that's the best thing you guys can do. And also, you know, like expenses wise, you want to help out, become a member. That helps out quite a bit, you know what I mean? All these other things, so it does help me also. But I'm super excited because of the new place. The ability to put weight on it is tremendous. So I'm really happy, and there's gonna be some cool displays and stuff that we're gonna set up. and there's going to be an entire wall of discus breeding tanks that we can set up. There's 2 rooms in the basement that are small that can be set up into like grow out space and breeding space. There's 4 rooms upstairs. I'm only setting up 2 of those rooms with small tanks, with small breeding tanks, and I'm gonna have the zebra Pleco breeding tanks in my bedroom, and I'm gonna have the Ultims breeding and some discus breeding tanks in the room where that's going to be the YouTube studio, essentially. Unless we end up renting that room to Pleco Fever. He hasn't got back to us yet, but he did ask for it, so we might have him there. So if that's the case, then I'll have the YouTube studio in one of the other rooms, because they're big enough for me to spread out all my tanks and have ample room to play with too, you know. So it's nice, and I think everybody that stuck through the last like 2 years, 2.5 years through this entire YouTube journey, you guys are about to get a huge treat. It's going to be a huge upgrade for the content, the channel. Having the other person who is a master breeder also is going to be more content. Their fish are going to be all their black rams are going to be coming out of the yin yang soon, so we'll have those. I'll be racing a lot of the black rams at the new facility, which is going to be where a lot of the finishing finishing is going to happen, like with a grow out or whatever. So it's going to be fun, you know. I mean, it is a pain to move though. So just giving you guys the heads up, update, whatever is going on. And no, I didn't bring a manja to sleep on. I didn't think about it, you know. That was not a part of the plan. I don't know. I hope I didn't miss anybody. SK, what's up? What's up? How you doing? Is this the new fish house? No, ADHD. It's gonna be the new fish house soon. So yeah, let's get to some questions if you guys have any. You know, I tried to give all the info. If not, I am gonna sign off. I want to give a shout out to all my channel members that are, you know, helping pay for some of the expenses. Like your contributions are definitely appreciated, and it's definitely coming in. Like the other day, I got the YouTube like $350 or whatever that for like the month before. But it's like, you might not think it's a lot, but it does help. Like every $2 adds up, every $5 adds up. You know what I mean? It all helps, and it ends up being like $350, $400 some months, you know, whatever. And with the ad revenue, with your likes and your shares and everything, when you guys watch these videos and the ads play and stuff, and when you're like, oh man, I hate ads, and you skip them, like, you know what I mean? That all like adds up into like several $100 a month. If I can get that to over 500, that would be like super dope. So really appreciative of everybody doing the contributions in terms of watching videos, liking the videos, sharing the videos. Channel members, super appreciative of all of you guys, you know what I mean? So let's get to some questions. There's some new questions. Hey. I was just joking, buddy. Like, no, that was hard. Like hardwood floor to sleep on. You know, we're like I sleep on a 4-inch foam top usually on the hardboard. You know, like on the either on the bed box spring or on the floor. So depending on where I feel like sleeping. And so I'm not super like picky about how plush it has to be. But like we're used to sleeping on plush. Like I had to sleep on the hardboard. I think this was like after like a long time I had to sleep on the floor, like floor, and yeah, my body was not happy about that. And but like, you know, I've had to sleep on the floor before. You know what I mean? I'm a political refugee. I was like, the only thing I had coming here was like the clothes I was wearing. So I'm used to sleeping on the cold floor too. But I don't want to, you know what I mean? It's not comfortable. But yesterday the floors were nice and warm. I had the heaters on blast, and it was nice. I was like, that's the first thing I did. I walked into the house at like 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I think it was like 4:30 or something. And I got in and turned on the heaters before I even started bringing the cinder block in. I got cinder block. I set up a stand. You know, so I did all that yesterday. First tank, by the way. Yes, you can. Yes, you can, Greg. Yes, you can. What I'm gonna say is when you first get your discus, you want to keep them warm at like 84, 85 degrees for the first few months. Quarantine them well. Once you go through that process and you introduce them to your tank, your displace tank, with your other fish, generally speaking, if they don't pick up anything within the first week or two, they will be fine. If they do pick up something, they will stop eating and they will start withering away, and that's when you know they picked up some disease. Discus are very resilient. They have a lot of fat reserves and stuff. But after that point, you're pretty much good. You know, as long as they don't pick up any diseases from your other fish or whatever, or they don't come with it. The best ones to buy are Asian discus. Don't buy the European ones if it is something you're not gonna keep in their own tank with like no gravel or anything. Like if you're gonna keep European discus, what I recommend is bare bottom tanks, super clean, super pristine, complete biosecurity. If you're gonna go with the Asian discus, you can introduce them with other fish safely after quarantining and stuff. You know, so good luck with that. I think you can do it. Yes, you can. Uh, like Obama would say. First tank, by the way. So again, quarantining is important. I think I cannot stress this enough. Um, I mean, everybody learns this the hard way eventually. Even me, I think sometimes I forget or I just get brave, you know, whatever, and things happen. But it's very rare that I don't quarantine. So that's something I'll tell you. What you need to do. My dwarf gouramis keep staying at the bottom of the tank and not coming up for food. Eventually, they die. Water tests are fine. Could it be parasites? It's quite possible. It's quite possible that you have something. If they're not actively hunting food, it's quite possible. Um, it's also quite possible if your temperature is too low, they might not be doing good because of that. You need to keep them at like I would say like 25 degrees or 26 degrees Celsius, which is about 77, 78 degrees Fahrenheit, which is for most tropical aquarium fish a good place to start. Some of the tropical fish, like these guys, would want to be warmer than that. 78 would probably be the lowest I would let any of my Pleco tanks get to. They can tolerate it for a day or two. It doesn't kill them. If it's a gradual drop, but if it drops to that point when you first move them or anything like that, they will get sick and die, right? So those are things to keep in mind. So that's something to keep to that's possible also. If you just got them, they could have a parasite. They could just have not acclimatized well or something like that. There's all kinds of possibilities. If you want to figure out fish diseases, a good place to start is Dr. Basilier's channel. I think it's Gerald Basilier. Like I've done videos with him and stuff. The links are on the videos. He has entire video series about fish diseases and how to identify what disease your fish has and how to properly treat it. I think you have to pay him a subscription fee to get those, but it's definitely worth it. I've learned a lot from him, and he's also a friend I can call and ask questions and stuff, which is real nice to have because he is also an pathobiologist. So he's a fish disease biologist, you know. So it's one of the smart ones, I think, and super cool. Thank you, Wes. I love my moderators and obviously member also, but when you're doing the moderator role, love it. What's going on, Dillian? Good day to you, bro. Blessings, hurrah! I love seeing you. He's been here since I had like 100 subscribers. Before that, like from long time ago. Him, Mary Page, who else? Steiner's been here for a long time too. Steiner's my first channel member. Crazy, right? Like as soon as I had memberships, it was like I went on the app when I got the ability to have memberships. It took me about 3 months to open it, but when I did, I just thought like maybe I'm not gonna do it because like whatever, like. But then I was like, okay, there's things I can provide that for the members, right? So that's why I did the memberships, because I figured I'm not gonna just take money from somebody unless I'm giving something in return. At least I'm gonna try, and so that's why I did it. And as soon as I had the membership thing opened on my computer, I got a notification saying you have a new member, and it was Steiner. So it's super cool. Yes, depends. pH changes of 7 to 7.5. No, here's the thing. Once you've had them for more than a few weeks and they're acclimatized to your tank, your feeding regimen, and they're doing good and they don't have like, they're not stressed and stuff and they're eating and stuff, slight temperature swings are actually good. Okay? So, like, if you have, my tank goes from like 85 degrees all the way down to 80 degrees Fahrenheit, which is a drop from 29.5 to 27. Okay, that's how much this tank drops when I'm trying to breed them, get them to spawn and stuff, and I don't notice any difference. Okay, except that they become frisky and stuff sometimes. And the grow out tank drops to 79 degrees Fahrenheit when it's really cold in here, which is about 26.5 Celsius, which is the coldest these tanks get in here. And they don't seem to be negatively affected by it. But I would say any below that, you might be pushing it, even if the fish are in your tanks long term. Below 78 degrees, I wouldn't try to push it. But ideally, you want to keep them above 80, 82 degrees Fahrenheit uh, for optimal growth and optimal bodily functions and stuff. But a slight drop over a 24-hour period is not going to kill them. And even in the winter, when it's like minus 20 outside and my heaters are barely trying to keep up, my Zebra Pleco grow tank got to 79 degrees and it stayed at 79 degrees for like a whole week or two. And nothing happened to them. They just, I just fed less because I knew they were colder that time. And that was it. It was fine. So, like that short term, there's no issues as far as I can tell. pH is also the same thing. If you have the 7 pH in your tank and you put 7.5 pH water into it and the pH goes up to 7.5, they don't seem to be affected by that. But if you have the pH at like 5 and then you bring it to 7.5, they will die. You know what I mean? Not just zebra plecos, but most of the fish also. That shock is it kills them. Oh, there's a super chat. Fish love, mate. Steiner, buddy, you will be very satisfied with the improvements. Your money that you have donated to my channel, being a member and doing all your super chats, buddy, it's been put to very good use. We are gonna have a lot of discus for you to watch. Like, that's gonna be one of the things. We're gonna have baby discus, grow out discus. They're already there. Like, I'm not even counting my chicken before they hatch. You know what I mean? The chickens are already growing up in my partner's tank. So that's already there. And then there's a few people with pairs that I can buy also, which as soon as I'm settled in and okay with the financial responsibility of the new location, that's gonna be one of the first things I'm gonna invest on is discus. So, buddy, thank you so much for being here this whole time, and you will be very happy with what's coming. What's going on, George? Aqua balls in the house. And thank you again, Steiner. Fish love all day, bro. Discus love. And I know you have Altums. How are your Altums, actually? I forgot to ask you the last couple of days. He also is in the chat group, and also we talk on Messenger and stuff too. So, like, I mean, anybody that is a member that has connected with me, we've become like real good pals, and I pretty much know what kind of fish you have. Like Nonstop Aquatics, I think we're like buddy like friends, just because we were like very similar in terms of personality, so we like click real good. I know Joe and me are pretty tight. You know what I mean? Like, it's not just fish. We are like similar personalities. You know what I mean? Like that manly man type of thing. Like, like understand the same jokes. You know what I mean? Like we have the same sense of humor. It's a little dark. It's a little comedic. You know what I mean? Like, but we have similar values in life, I believe. These are important, Yeah, bro. There you are. Oh my god, this guy texts me at like 5 in the morning, and I'm like, bro, like, why the hell are you up? On Sunday too, he's awake at like 5 in the morning thinking about his fish, and I'm still awake because I haven't gone to bed yet Sunday morning. I have weird schedules. Like, I sleep at like random times. I can fall asleep right now if I wanted to. Like, if I tell myself I need to go to bed, I can literally go drink 2 glasses of wine and just like, I'm outie, right? And I wake up in 6 hours, exactly 6 hours, like no more. That's how much sleep I get. So it is like, I have a weird ass schedule, you know what I mean? But yeah, that's good to hear, Steiner. That's good to hear. I'm super excited for you to get them to breed. I know your water too, so I know that they're gonna breed really good in your water because I was just reading the article. I don't know if you guys remember. There's a magazine sitting on the counter at the new house. Okay, so my partner that I got the place with, who's breeding the discus and stuff, had brought this magazine, which is from 1994. It's a magazine originally purchased by Bob Wilson, who is a discus master breeder here in Ontario. Okay, he is he used to be the guy. Okay, he's older now and he's retiring, and that's why we're getting his tank. So this book was at his house, his magazine, which has I think the first record of Ultims being bred in captivity is from 1994. So these fish were probably I think bred in 93. It's not the first, it's one of the first, okay? And it's from an Asian gentleman. I think he was in China. I can't remember exactly, but I skimmed through it real quick, and then I read it real like the details, like the pH and the parameters and stuff. And Steiner seems to have the exact water for these Ultims to breed, and I think that's what I'm gonna recreate in my facility. I'm gonna have an RO unit, God willing, very soon, as soon as I can afford one. And I do not want to drink Brampton tap water. Oh my god, it's garbage. But anyways, Steiner just sent some pictures of his fish. So let's look at those real quickly. Steiner has real nice water, so I'm really excited to see you breed them. And I'll send you, I'll share it. Very nice. I'll send you the article. I'll screenshot it and I'll send it to you so you can read it as well. Exactly what the person did, how to get them to breed, and I think we can do that. We can replicate that very easily. So really excited. How you doing, Sandy? How you doing, Heather? It's okay, hon. Yeah, you're never late. You're always right on time. You arrive when you intended to arrive. What's going on, you boy? But bro, Nonstop just had the best idea to run the resin. So I'm gonna have some tanks with the angelfish and stuff that I'm gonna use some resin in the breeding facility, and that I think we're gonna use because I don't want to use power heads and stuff because they get sucked into them, you know. Not good at all. So I'm probably gonna move these guys into this new tank here right now, and then they're gonna go into their new place in a couple of days. So I'll do that after I finish the live stream. Who did I miss? I think me and Malik have some taste in fish. I think we do. I think me and George have very similar taste in fish. And Steiner also, I think, have very similar taste in fish. And I think, like here's the thing, you know, like, whoever we decide to look and follow and stuff on social media and stuff, like, I mean, I follow all kinds of personalities on social media, and I realized that a lot of our values and things kind of like align, you know what I mean? It's not like I would generally watch content from people that I don't value their opinion, you know what I mean? That comes along with how aligned we are ideologically too, right? So those things kind of matter, I think. But then there's also a lot of times I don't agree with everything everybody says. So like I don't agree with this cancel culture stuff at all. I want to quickly touch that because we had this situation recently with the King of DIY. I don't know if you guys know who that is. I'm a huge subscriber of the King of DIY, and there was a few incidents that happened recently. I guess like it's been like more than a year now with him, and that was a huge push to cancel the King of DIY, right? Now, I gotta say something here. At first, I was a little off-putting about what happened, especially with Alex, because Alex is a really nice guy. The Secret History Living in Your Aquarium. I don't know, we're not friends. Like I know him, I know of him, I watch his channel and stuff. He's a really nice guy. I don't know if he watches my channel. I think my channel's like been smaller than his channel for the longest time, and even now I think he has more subscribers than me, even though mine seems to be growing a little faster because of the incident with the Vice TV thing. But what happened with Alex, that was very off-putting to me, to be completely honest. But after watching that, and after looking at Joey and the whole situation with him, and after also being on live streams with other people, and it's an intimidating place to be. Like right now, I'm the one controlling the entire conversation. and even then it's sometimes difficult, because there's been times where either I was a little inebriated and there was somebody that was pushing me my button a little bit, where I would have gone off, right? And I've made those members only because some of my members would be like, muting that person, and I realized, oh shit, like I'm getting caught up in some BS right now, right? So this happens to you without you even knowing it sometimes, because we're genuine people. Like, I'm not a celebrity. You guys know what I'm saying? I'm a like a regular guy, right? Like, I work in film and television because I got that job. I lucked out. But that's not who I am. Like, I'm like a construction guy, you know what I mean? Like, I'm a handyman. Like, I'm the guy you would see welding mufflers at your GM plant. Like, I'm that guy. I'm the guy that used to deliver your newspaper in the morning when I was like 17, 18 years old. Like 300 newspapers every morning from 3 o'clock till 7 o'clock, right before school. That's how I used to pay for like college or last year of high school when I wanted to have a car, whatever. Because my dad said, you want a car? You know what I mean? I can't help you. You'd have to get a job. You know what I mean? Save up your money. Like, I can give you a little bit to help you out, because they're just starting their life out here from coming over here and whatever. So um, I'm that guy. So like I don't tolerate certain things. I'm human. You know what I mean? I talk shit, man. Somebody talks shit to me, I talk shit back. Like, I'm not one of those people whose feelings get hurt. I don't have feelings like that. You know what I mean? I have feelings for God. You know what I mean? So if there's something about like the Bible that kind of touches my heart, or like something like that, or if somebody really like does something, like something racist happens, whatever, that might hurt my feelings, just because I don't, expect that kind of stuff to happen. But even then, like within an hour or two, I just move on. You know what I mean? Life is not. There's people without food and stuff out there in the world. You know what I mean? There's famine and stuff right now. There's war happening in Ukraine and other places around the world where kids are dying and stuff. You know what I mean? So like, these things that happen in our little lives don't matter. You know what I mean? To me personally, at least, no. But at the same time, as it happens, it is something that normal people react to, right? So having realized that, I know now that, like, I cannot support canceling anybody like G King of DIY. That guy has been instrumental in a lot of the stuff I have going on here. I learned a lot from him. I'm not to say that he has kept fish longer than me, but the fact that his entire philosophy of keeping aquariums and all that stuff the way, do it yourself, man. You know what I mean? I love that. Like, I'm a DIY guy myself. You know what I mean? Like, I don't have a single spoon in my mouth. Y'all know that. So like, I gotta, shoestring budget everything, and I gotta save money wherever I can, and that's the way to do that. You know what I mean? So like, for me, now thinking back at it and being in situations where I obviously didn't go off as bad as him, I hope not, but I have gone off on people. You know what I mean? Obviously, I call people out on their BS when I think something's not right. I call it out. I say, yo, you know what I mean? I don't care who you are, whatever it is, I'm gonna call you out on it, right? So I wanted to make a video about this for the longest time, but I haven't gotten around to it. But like, I don't think we should be canceling anybody. And like, sometimes I watch, I don't know if you guys watch like comedy videos, comedy sitcoms, not sitcoms, but like talk shows where you have like 3 or 4 comedians sitting on a table making jokes about everything. Like, they have no filter, they have no limits, they make fun of everything, okay? I like watching stuff like that. And there's times when they say certain things that are like offensive to me, you know what I mean? I'm just like, if they're making fun of God, for example, I don't want to sit there and watch that. I get upset, you know what I mean? So I fast forward through that stuff. But at the same time, there is value in majority of what they're saying, and so therefore I don't try to like not watch what somebody's saying just because they might say something that I don't like in a brief moment, or they don't agree with all of my social policies or all my political views or whatever it might be, you know what I mean? So I think the same thing can be applied with the whole King of DIY situation. There's 35 of you guys watching right now, so I'm guessing that this isn't, something that you guys must have thought of also. So this is what I think. I'm not telling you guys how to live your life or anything. Not giving any advice on that or anything like that. I'm just saying, like, to me personally, I did not feel right after the fact. I'm still subscribed to him. I did remove him from my featured channels but I think I'm gonna add him back there. I think I'm gonna only add people that I want to promote. And I don't know. I haven't decided if I'm gonna add him back there, but there's a few people there like Pleco Fever, I think is there. Fish Easy is there. You know what I mean? Some of you guys might be there. And if I don't have you there, just let me know. I will add you. I'm not one of those people that's always sitting on the computer. Okay? Like once I stop doing this, I go start cleaning my tanks, filling up buckets. You know, I gotta do water changes here still. So I'm doing that today. You know what I mean? So I have lots of things going on. So just send me a message through, you know, whatever, Facebook or Telegram or whatever, and let me know, hey, like, you know, like, I'm, you know, so and so, and can you add my thing to your featured list? And if I believe in your channel, and you know, especially if you're a member and you're learning from me and stuff, like, and you're making like the same kind of content, yeah, definitely, because it helps me out too, because then I don't have to make all the videos that everybody wants. I can just kind of delegate it to all these other people and say, okay, 20,000 people that want to learn this video about this, here you go to this person and learn, right? Like what Michael is doing, it's so helpful to me, because he's doing all the breeding videos right now for rams, for all these other fish, and I can just say, okay, go to Michael's channel, go to Fish Easy, and life is good for me. It delegates some tasks from my plate, and I don't have to take care of all the needs of all the people all myself, you know what I mean, which is difficult, right? Which is gonna, I think, overall enhance our content also. So I definitely want to make more recorded content at the new place. I think that's going to be one of the things I want to do. But I want to also do a lot of live streams too, because I find that this one-on-one interaction is fun too, you know what I mean? We have our issues in life and should never judge one another. Exactly. Like, I mean, here's the thing. My mom's political views and my dad's political views, they don't vote for the same person, and they sleep on the same bed, okay? They don't fight about it. They vote for different people. So if they can make that work, I think anybody else in the world, their problems is not significant enough to not like someone. You know what I mean? What's going on, Paul? How you doing? I'm good. I haven't seen you in a couple of weeks, so I'm happy you're here. I think I saw you a couple like. What's going on, Ray? No, I totally agreed with what you're saying. He was very wrong for what he did, and I'm not making an excuse for what he did, and that's not what I'm saying. But I'm saying that to me, it is something I always have to look at everybody's flaws, right? So I look at my own flaws and my own shortcomings in life. I'm not perfect. You know what I mean? And only God is perfect. So like we try to be as close to that as possible. But obviously every single one of us is going to fall short of him. So I think in light of that, and also his contributions to the entire fish community, to the entire fish keeping community, and like how much he has contributed to the hobby, I think that deserves some credibility and credit, you know what I mean? And that's what I feel. And I'm not telling you guys to subscribe to him or anything. Like, fuck that guy, you know what I mean? If you don't like him, that's you know what I mean? That's all I'm saying. But to me, it didn't look like it was enough of bad deeds to cancel out all the good deeds. I'm not denying the bad deed. I'm completely acknowledging the bad deed also, which is really shitty what he did, especially to Alex. That really was bad. Like I really thought that was shitty, and he treated him really badly. And Alex is a really nice guy. Alex is a really good person, and he's not like, you know, like I don't think the guy has any evil bone in his body. He seems like one of those pacifist type of really good guys. So to do that, like if me and King of DIY had it out, and he tried that shit on me, then it doesn't matter if I have a 20,000 people child, tell him to go, you know, whatever, like, I would tell him, right? And it would be a completely different live stream, but it would be way more entertaining and stuff, because I'll fight back, I'll tell him, you know, shall we where the sun don't shine. But at the same time, that's me, right? I can hold my own. Like, I've grown up in the hood. Like, I have friends of all different types, and I have a lot of Scotian friends. I know exactly the type of personality he is, too. And I have friends that are like him. So I know how to hold those people at bay and then fight back and to you know what I mean? To put them back into their situation and kind of refocus things, you know what I mean? Not even fight or anything, but kind of get things back in perspective and stuff. But I think with Alex, things kind of got out of hand there, and there was a little bit of misunderstanding, I think, on Joey's part too, because he was a little drunk and he was on the defense from the jump, which was something I think you should never be on the defense, but it's difficult not to be on the defense. I don't know if you guys remember a few weeks ago I was dealing with this disease with my angels, and somebody kept saying oxygen, 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 and there was a point where like they pushed my limit, and like, you know, like I was on the defense at that point. I was being super sarcastic to anybody that was saying anything. There was people that just joined that got like roasted by me for like a good 5 minutes, and like, and I was looking at myself and saying, buddy, like you can't be like this, you know what I mean? This is not right. Like you have to calm down. And but like a lot of you guys said, I was being very patient with the person as well. So I mean, they did push my limit of my patience. But again, human being, limit of patience, right? There's a limit that anybody can tolerate, and then at that point, anybody can break. So in light of that, I think that's why I want to talk about the whole thing of DIY thing today a little bit, because that's something I've been thinking about, this whole cancel culture thing, where, you know, we want to cancel people because of whatever reason, right? Like you cannot deny their contribution to whatever it might be up till this point. So obviously there's negative things that you want to kind of look at and say, okay, this was bad, this is negative, we don't want this, you know, whatever. But at the same time, you also want to, you don't want to disregard the positive. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, Joey is being manipulated. Come on, man. The guy's Scotian, okay? I don't know if you guys know what that means. Scotians are like the, I mean, let's put it into like good words, because I have a lot of Scotian friends, right? They'll tell you otherwise, but I would say they're the most hardest and toughest Canadians in Canada. They're one of, if not, they're that close second to Newfies, okay? Like, I've dated Newfie chicks. Newfoundland chicks are like beasts, okay? They're like bears. They're not in physical size or anything, but in terms of their mind, because they live with grizzly bears and stuff. They had to hunt bears and moose and all kinds of stuff, okay? So Newfie chicks, like people from Newfoundland, is hard, okay? Like, I mean, they live tough lives. It's cold out there. Like 8 months of the year it might snow, you know what I mean? That you get locked in your house for months at a time sometimes. Like storms will come, no power, nothing, right? So people that are from those parts of the country, they're very like resilient and very like tough, you know what I mean? Very, very tough, like in terms of their attitude, in terms of their politics, in terms of how they look at life, in terms of how they deal with people, all these things. So like you got to think about that, and that's something I always try to keep in mind when I deal with somebody like Joey, or like somebody that's from that part of my country, right? And it's the same thing. I go to different hoods in the city every day, you know, like I drive to different places in the city for work, whatever. You know, there's a certain code that people live by, and you kind of like have to know how to live by that, you know, in Toronto. Like you have to know how to nod like anybody that, you know, to let them know that you're safe and they're safe. Like that nod, you know, like you look at the guy in the eye and like nod, and they nod you back, and you know, like, okay, you establish like, yeah, we're cool, like I'm not a threat to you, you're not a threat to me, you know what I mean? So you have to know how to live like that on the street, right? And Joey's one of those people that has lived like that, so he knows that, and that's pretty much something that comes out sometimes in him. And I think you might see that in me sometimes too, unfortunately. You know, I haven't had like, I had to grow up real fast. My dad kicked me out when I turned like a certain age, you know what I mean, which is real good of him. And I had to grow up and become a man, you know what I mean? So like I had to live out there, you know, learn all this stuff to kind of like adapt, to live safely within like a very, you know, unsafe place in the world. Like Toronto is the 4th largest city in North America, I think. And it's, you know, it's pretty messed up. Thank you, Ozzy. Thank you so much for super chatting. Ozzy's been here for a while too now, and he's been super chatting quite a bit. All that money is going to be put to good use. This is literally like one of these filters. Not a filter. They're one of those heaters we bought that I unboxed on Friday. They're $20 each. So there you go. I'll put those to good use. I've been doing that. U.S. versus Canadians. Few Scotians like Americans, we're New Yorkers. Boston is a hard place too. In New York, you know what I mean? I get along anywhere in the world because You just have to know how to nod, yo. Like, you just have to know, look a man in the eye, give them the look, say, yo, like, if you try anything, whatever, but right now, we're cool, you know? Nod, right. Look them in the eye, that's it, you know? So Joey's one of those guys. That we'll be, if we meet, we'll be buddies within like 10 minutes, bro. Like real talk. Like within like quick time, we'll be friends. Like real good friends. Cause people like that, like I get along with people like that, unfortunately. Like you know what I mean? Because I'm somebody like that too for the most part. You know what I mean? Like people at my work have no idea because I shave and clean up and I put a suit on and I go to work. You know? No, I agree. No, what he did was not right. He was that was dead wrong, and that's the thing. Like, and that's why I'm not making an excuse for him for that. Like, I totally agree. Like, what he then that's when I removed him from my featured list because my friend called me and said, "Buddy, like, did you see what this guy did?" I didn't even see it first. Like, I'm not always following the live streams, right? And then some like three of you guys messaged me that are friends, like that are not like channel members or anything. These were like personal friends that I hang out with and whatever, and were like, yo, this was not cool what he did. And I'm like, holy shit, what did he do, you know? To find out. So then I had to go find the video, finally found the video, watched it. I was like, holy shit, bud, like, wow, like, why did you do that to, out of all people? Like, I wouldn't be upset if he did that to like, to somebody else, like, you know what I mean? I'm not gonna name drop anybody that he should be doing that type of stuff too. And I'm just joking, but like, you know what I mean? But like to Alex was even worse because Alex is like a really nice guy. Like it was like, oh my god, you know. I know. Is it still up there? Oh my god. Moving on. Okay, if it's up there, go check it out. It's not a good look for Joey. And something I want to add too is that he shouldn't live stream when he's drunk. I shouldn't live stream when I'm drunk. I don't. Even when I'm a little tipsy, I stop myself. I'm completely sober today. I don't know if you guys notice. I talk a lot when I'm sober. But yeah, it's fun. It's interesting. Yeah, that is true, Scaper. If somebody called, yeah, I hate when people lie. But again, this is the thing. It was a situation that evolved in the wrong direction real fast. Like when I watched it, that's the impression. The second time I watched it, just to like kind of like catch all the little details, you know, because I want to have like a perspective on it for myself because I like the guy. I watched his videos, you know what I mean? And then this kind of like shattered that, and I was like, holy shit! Like I can't watch this guy no more. But then I thought about all the videos that I watched from him and all the other videos that he does and that are useful to the hobby. And I said to myself, I can't just disregard all that either. So it's a very complicated situation. You know, it's like the whole Russia-Ukraine thing. You know what I mean? I have Russian friends. I have Ukrainian friends. I have friends that have their mom in Russia and their dad in Ukraine. I have another friend I work with whose dad is in Russia and the mom is in Ukraine. And you know what I mean? And neither of them are moving, you know, like this is a very nuanced, complicated issue. And then we don't know what's going on, you know what I mean? That's the reality of it. So when I think about those things, I really think, okay, you know, like for me to have an opinion on anything, beyond the fact that I agree that what he did was really shitty, that was bad, and who he did it to was also the worst thing is that's the thing, you know? So, I don't know. Anyways. Oh no, I'm not sticking up for him. I'm just pointing out that we should not cancel anybody. If you don't like somebody, it doesn't matter what somebody does, unless they're like out there doing harm to people physically, we should not cancel anybody, you know, based on a conversation they might have or something they do like to somebody, like which is wrong. I'm not denying that, but at the same time, that should not be grounds to disregard their contributions. You know what I mean? Like that would just mean that all of a sudden we can cancel anybody in the world. Like, okay, you know what I mean? Like that's not healthy. It's not a healthy way to live. Yeah, that is true. That is true. And that's the thing. He was drunk. And that's not excuse either. That's a bad excuse if he's going to use that. But I'm going to say nobody should live stream or engage with the public when they're inebriated. You should be in clear conscience. You know what I mean? It's like operating a car or operating a firearm or anything that requires you to be completely aware of what you're doing and completely immersed in what you're doing, right? It's like taking care of your fish tank, you know? You shouldn't do it when you're inebriated and drunk out of your mind. And I think that's the same thing applies to live streaming. So I agree with that. And that was wrong of him too, to do that live stream drunk. Mm. Yeah, I know. I know. I know. A lot of you guys did. A lot of you guys told me you're gonna unsubscribe to him because I had him on my featured channel list. I was like, him, Aquarium Co-op, all these guys. And I still hadn't even taken Aquarium Co-op down because they were giving out bad advice a few times, and which is when I got really offended. And I'm like, why y'all giving people wrong advice and telling people that, you know, like, oh, we're keeping it in our tap water, but you're not explaining that your tap water has 5.5 pH. And it's literally like the same water as the Rio Orinoco, essentially, like that comes out of your tap in your breeding facility. So like when you're not, you know, or when you're telling the average person that they're using this green puck, I will, Scaper. I know. Okay, if you haven't subscribed to US Scaper, please do, because he does have a pretty cool channel. And again, different content than what I make. So delegating plant stuff is his thing now, you know what I mean? I'll make the odd plant stuff video too, but he'll be doing a lot of that, you know what I mean? What's up? What's up, Dot? Yes, a drunk narcissist is a terrible combo. And people should not engage with the public when they're drunk. You should be in your own house or at a bar with a few people you trust or at somebody else's house that you trust, you know, and people shouldn't get that drunk. Do you know what I mean? That's also another thing I wanna say. But Newfies and Scotians do love their drink. Canadians in general, like we all love our alcohol. What do you do for 8 months of the year when you're locked in your own house and 10 feet of snow is outside and it's minus 20 degrees and you can't go outside? You keep fish and you drink alcohol. You know what I mean? I literally, from January, February, March is my slow 3 months. And I think I drink most of the alcohol I drink in the year in those 3 months. And I drink a lot in those 3 months. You know what I mean? It's crazy. It's bad. No, definitely, Scaper. I'll send me a message on Facebook after I'm done this. So, you know, when I'm on the computer, I'll do it. In my horse life, during the clinic, I had a lady go after me on my public platform. She made a huge fool of her. Exactly. Usually, the person going off is the one making an idiot of himself. That's the intention of the person antagonizing. Also, in most cases, but in this case, the irony of the situation is Alex didn't antagonize him, which I thought was really sad, because Alex was like, even through the entire thing, you can see Alex trying to steer the conversation back to normalcy, and Buddy here is just like losing his marbles within his own head, right? So that was all funny and to watch too, because it was a you know, like you can tell he's drunk and you can tell he's on the defense, and he's been on the defense for the last like half an hour, and it's not like he's changing course, you know. Alex is a wonderful guy, and that's the thing. It's so funny. It's like I can understand if this happened to anybody else, but that's the thing. Alex didn't do anything to trigger him. You know what I mean? And he was being super chill. So I think Joey came into that situation already triggered. That was my assessment. And I think that did not help. He was already on the defense from the beginning of the video. And so the other things might have been said by other people in other live streams that I'm not privy to. There was some back chatter about it. I don't have time to follow this whole story. I'm just telling you guys my take on it. It's been long enough, I think, where things have settled off a little bit now that I can talk about it without really offending anybody, which I think is a problem in our society now too, because people are easily offended. I am not one of those people. It takes a lot to offend me. I mean, certain things are still offensive, but I'm grown enough to look at things and say, you know, whatever, right? But then that's not everybody, and you can't do certain things to certain people, especially if they're nice people. It's kind of wrong. Shady horse people are sad. Oh my God, horse people, dog people, fish people, bird people. Oh my god, bird people are savage. Like, oh my god, I've bought birds from people where I'm just like, holy shit, you're savage. Like Macho Man Randy Savage with like 300 lovebirds, but the guy's like scary as hell and he's savage. But you know, it's like, oh my god, it's so funny. But it is what it is, man. Fish people too. Uh, I said it, I still got him. He is on acid, I think half the time. I'm not saying that he is, but he looks like he is. And I wouldn't doubt it. Like I think now he's normal, but I think I'm pretty sure there was probably points in his life where he was, you know, all kinds of. Like we're all human, man. I mean, I've done all kinds of things in my life. I'm not proud of, you know, in terms of drugs and stuff. I'm clean now. I'm sober now, and I try my best. You know, I pray to God every day to keep me sober. And it's the truth. It's life. You know, this is nobody's perfect. You know what I mean? Especially people that are interesting are usually gonna be scarred. Okay, that's why they're interesting. You guys think I'm interesting? I'm scarred beyond repair. Okay, I cannot be in a normal, stable relationship. I cannot trust women. I don't trust women, and usually I'm right about them too. And I can't trust anybody. I have trust issues with all kinds of things, and you know what I mean. And like so, yeah, like that's what makes me interesting. You know, same thing applies to other interesting people too. Why do you think Johnny Depp is interesting? He was getting beat up by his woman for the last 10 years. That's why he's so interesting. When you watch his movies, you see the pain. You're like, yo, this man got pain. Like, where did this pain come from? Amber Heard. That's where the pain comes from, right? Like, that's where it is. Like, guys and girls, this is what it is. It's the pain you see in the movie. You're like, holy shit, pain. Like, and you're like, wow, he's such a great actor. Then you find out this woman shitting on his bed. Like, oh my God, how do you live with that? That's why you put up these good character roles. You know what I mean? Like seriously, he's sitting there like playing Dumbledore on the last one, and I'm literally smelling the shit now on his face, and I'm like, you probably smell shit every morning when he went to work. You know what I mean? And then he's like going there and he has to pretend like he's a happy-go-lucky guy with this pretty-ass woman, you know, who pretends to be like the victim and through the entire thing, and he's looking like the bad guy through the whole thing. Meanwhile, thinking about the shit that's on his bed, like, come on now, right? Like, that's how you get that performance. So you gotta give her some credit here because she definitely helped. I don't know, man. I got jokes about this all day. US Caper says some kid wanted to buy corridoras from me, but his tank was encircled. I ran. Oh my God, I've been mean to some fish people too. If you don't have a tank ready to go and put the fish in, and you're not taking advice properly, and I can see like you're about to kill the fish you're taking from me. I've told people to go off, like go home. I interviewed quite a bit of people when I had the puppies. I had to send people home. I had to put my dog on somebody because they were scared of the dog, who was not aggressive or anything. And she was just like, I don't want the dog near me because I'm scared of dogs. And you're buying a dog that's about to be 120 pounds. And you're expecting me to, with a clear conscience, give you that dog? I opened the door for the bedroom and the dog kept running. And this lady climbed my wall, okay? And I was sitting there laughing at her, okay? And I told her, you can leave now. I'm sorry, but this is reality. This is real life. You know what I mean? Responsibilities come with like certain amount of obligation. You know what I mean? It's life. It is what it is. You know what I mean? Thank you, S. Yes, definitely. Definitely subscribe to the Scapers channel. You know what I mean? And also Sandy has a cool channel. She talks about horses and stuff. Super chill, super cool. Sean is a extremely decorated rider, by the way. She rides horses. I hope I didn't. I know. I'm friends with her on Facebook, and so I know I've seen the horses. and some of the medals and stuff, cool stuff. Yeah, I agree. Um, Longfin Lagoon, I totally agree. Uh, there was a lot of miscommunication. At the end of the day, if you want to be a social icon, you have to be a professional too. He's seriously lacking that part. That I agree with. That I totally agree with. And then coming back to that, this is the thing. Like, I mean, even with me, guys and girls, like I said, I'm your regular, everyday, regular guy. You know what I mean? Like, so we're doing our best. You know what I mean? At least I am. I'm trying. And I pray every day to be better than I was the day before, be a better person in life, not just on YouTube or on social media. But it's difficult, you know what I mean? Like I mean, there's a lot of push right now with the whole, alphabet mafia and stuff. And I have no offense or anything against those people. But the reality is, it cannot be normal. It cannot be the norm. We are the norm. Like I mean, you look at my fish, right? They breed male, female. You know what I mean? Like male fish have sex with the female fish, and they reproduce. This is normal. You know what I mean? This is the reality, and you can define what a male and a female is based on physical characteristics almost all the time, right? This is a biological reality that we cannot deny and stuff. So these things are, it's difficult not to push back at some of this stuff too. You know what I mean? Like, because as amateur biologists, like a lot of you guys are, you know what I mean? Thank you, sir. um, no, but for real, you know what I mean? We are everyday people, and this is the thing. You gotta be honest to yourself, right? Before anything. I'm not gonna lie to you or to myself, right? If I see something to be a certain way, it is within my right to say, call that out, right? And to not deny observable reality. You know what I mean? I have a specific genitalia that makes me a specific gender. This is real. This the same thing applies in my fish. You know what I mean? The same thing applies to my dog and to anything else in the world that lives. You know what I mean? This is biological reality, right? So to call that out, sometimes I think when I'm posting something on Facebook, for example, I'm like, okay, maybe this is gonna offend somebody, but then you think about the fact that that does not give them the right to control my opinion to begin with, and also my observation in the fact. You know what I mean? So that's something also I think needs to be said in that context. So like that, those things. I mean, I always think about it, right? But like, I try my best not to like hurt anybody's feelings, but at the same time, I also have to be honest with God, right? Like, I mean, my God does not support abortion. You know what I mean? And He has shown me, like, I mean, I used to support abortion. I used to make justifications for it. And then I was shown in physical reality that the thing growing inside is alive. I've seen, I've had to cut them open and get them out. You know what I mean? And they would move from you. You can see it growing. Like, you can't deny that at that point. So I cannot lie to myself or to my God either. So my God does not support the God of Jesus Christ, the God of Abraham, and the God of Moses, and the God of Muhammad. The same God, the Father God, does not support that. You know what I mean? That I gotta be honest about. You know what I mean? And here's the thing. I also am not completely like a crazy person against. I mean, I am 100% against abortion, I think. But at the same time, like, they also have the argument of like, oh, what if this, what if that, right? So we'll like give them 2 months or whatever, and beyond that, it shouldn't be allowed. That should be completely legal. That's where I stand with that. You know what I mean? I'm honest about that. There we go. You guys are subbing back to each other. Stein has been a member for 11 months. Wow. Advanced Fish and Pleco Keeper. Hey, fish love all day, bro. Discus love and Ultim love. I'm so excited you have those two fish, because your water is so perfect for those fish. And literally, I was reading the book, and literally it was describing your water as the water that was in the Rio Orinoco, where the Ultims that he bred came from. So I'm assuming you would have very little hard time like you should not have any hard time actually getting them to breed the alterns. No, that's not what I'm saying. Like I'm saying, um, like we cannot deny that that life is not separate and it's not like you mean I was a fetus at one point, right? So if my parents aborted me, when like, I mean when I've had abortion arguments with my friends and stuff or discussions, I would call them discussions, but they would get really offensive and say all kinds of mean stuff. And then I would have to retaliate sometimes, and sometimes I calm down and tell myself that I'm not gonna get down to their level. Sometimes I get down to the level. You know, it depends on where my head's at and on that particular day, right? But one thing that I've tried to, you know, and I've been told, like, you know, your mom should have aborted you. So imagine if that happened, you're not having this conversation right now. You're not learning about all this stuff. These animals would not be alive, being taken care of, you know, in this particular manner. None of this would have happened, right? So that's something to keep in mind every time when you think about this stuff, is that that life itself. I'm not denying the right of the mother, but I'm also not denying the right of the child that has not been born yet. That is still a child, that has still physical human rights. You know what I mean? I have rights. Somebody comes and kills me, I have that right. To defend myself, and to also for you guys to fight and say, oh, somebody hurt him or killed him, now we're gonna put that person in jail, whatever, right? So that's you know, society, that's what's normal, right? And I think that same right applies to unborn people also. Just because they haven't come out into the world yet does not mean that they have their own DNA, they have their own fingerprints, their own heart, their own genitals, their own skin, their own, you know, whatever, eyes and everything that are still forming, right? So that's my stand on it, and I'm not against anybody that does support abortion. You know what I mean? And I also said the first 3 months, free for all. You want to go, you know, do it within the first 3 months, great. After that, don't do it, because now it's a fetus. You know, it's now forming, looking like me, and I can't support that at that point. You know what I mean? After seeing everything I've seen here, after filming it for you guys and documenting it and everything else, I cannot support that. But at the same time, does that mean that I'm going to go stand in front of an abortion clinic with a sign? No, obviously not. You know what I mean? So it's a very complicated point. You know what I mean? It's a very nuanced topic, and there's no one solution, I think, but we should come to some consensus that there has to be a restriction at some point, that this is not allowed after this point of development. Like, you know, whether it's 2 months, 3 months, whatever it is, it cannot be 9 months, you know what I mean? Or it cannot be week after it's born, you know? And that's where you've already crossed the line, well past it. Thank you, sir. Yes, I agree, and then that's the thing. I've entertained all these possibilities and all these different perspectives, and I was completely pro-abortion at one point. You know, when I was younger and stuff in university. You know what I mean? My girlfriend wanted to have abortion when we got pregnant together, and I was like, okay, whatever. It's your choice. You know what I mean? It's whatever you want to do, right? But I regret that now. Like, I regret not fighting to keep my baby alive at that time, because now I have a dog for a child, right? Which I love to death, but at the same time, could have been a human child that I'm raising. You know what I mean? I could have somebody cleaning my tanks on Sunday with me. You know what I mean? Be like the same age as Mr. Z, or older actually. It'd be like, if I had that kid at that time, it'd be like a 20-year-old at this point. I'd have to deal with like all kinds of other issues right now, you know, whatever. But you know, so I think about that. You know what I mean? Come on, man, it's life. Yes. Yeah, like 3 months or something. You know what I mean? Like before, like you have 3 different like periods at that point, like 1, 2, 3. So if you don't know you're pregnant by then and haven't decided to keep it, then you're kind of like, you know what I mean? You can do it at that point. But you know, anything after that, I would say you kind of, because it's a libertarian stance right now. Like I'm not a Republican or Democrat, right? So there's values in both sides. So I mean, compromises are always good. No, I'm against it 100%. But obviously, I and you cannot dictate how everybody else lives. So we have to now. There's people that are for it 100%. There's people that are for it even after 4 weeks of coming out, right? Not to get into too graphic detail. So we have to now come to some kind of agreement with those people, right? So you got to give some and take some, I guess, you know. Like, and if I had it my way, I would say no to it completely, you know. Like the day after the pill, whatever. Like if it's a young person that has a mistake, whatever, you know, you can go do that. That's fine. But anything past that point, I think, I would be completely against 100%. But there's always these arguments that come up, right? Like, oh, what about Islam? What about this? What about that? What about the people that were result of this? The very small minority, the fractions of the fractions, right? So for that, you make a concession. You know what I mean? Fair enough? No, I know. Again, see, like, I got defensive real quickly because I felt like, oh yeah, whatever. I have to defend myself, right? My point of view. And again, this point of view will change as time passes, right? This is something to keep in mind too, because more experiences in life will definitely change this point of view. Like, for example, if I were with someone right now who was living in my house with me, paying half the rent, whatever, and we're sharing everything, and they got pregnant and they decided to go have an abortion, I would be completely against that, especially without letting me know, right? So that's something I think is also something that's going to change my perspective as time passes. And I think like, I have a pretty solid stand on that. I believe both parties in a committed relationship have equal rights to the unborn, because it's a result of, like, I mean, the Pleco dad takes care of the baby eggs and stuff doesn't mean that mom is not the mom, right? They both 50-50, you know what I mean? So that's good. That's the good way to live too. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm not supporting it either. Like, I just said the concession thing because there's, the other side, right? So you have to consider that. But yes, I am completely not with it. You know? So I guess pro-life and anti-abortion is my stand. You know what I mean? Because I can't do that to a baby Pleco. I mean, I've thought about it. If I can't even kill, like, the culls, like the ones that are, like, deformed and stuff. That's why we're getting a fish to feed it to, because then that at least feels like it's natural, right? I cannot euthanize animals. I feel bad. It's a life. I mean, it's in my care, right? I feel really shitty doing it because God has entrusted me with this life. You know what I mean? Whether it's like missing a fin or a little trailer or whatever, right? Now, feeding it to something is natural, right? Like, if it's deformed or something and I'm feeding it, at least I can justify that as a food chain thing, like, and I can kind of like close my eyes and throw it in the tank and just, okay, whatever, you know what I mean? It'd be whatever. But, like, to think about putting it in the freezer to euthanize it, or like putting some clove oil and letting it die, I can't do that. I try not to even kill snails. So, that's where my stand is with life in general. So all life is sacred, especially human life, and especially unborn human life that has a lifetime of potential. Like, could have been the next Nelson Mandela, could be the next Elon Musk, could be the guy going to space, going to Mars, could be that person, a girl, whoever, right? So I think about that. I don't know. We're getting off topic, but hey, you guys are here listening to it, so we talked about it. Definitely. Uncle Buck says yes. I'm not going to tell people what. Yeah, that is true. Favorite Indian dish? I love Indian food. Okay, so I love Sri Lankan food, and my favorite Sri Lankan foods are kotha roti, and string hoppers. String hoppers are similar to noodles, but mostly spicy, and then you put all kinds of stuff on it and you eat that. And kotha roti is just like, it is roti essentially chopped up with meat and spices and lots of sauce and everything. It's the most delicious thing in the world, and it burns your mouth, your throat, your esophagus, and your ass when you shit it out. So it's not fun experience, but I love it. That's my favorite food. I also love biryani, butter chicken, and all kinds of other stuff. And we're living in Little India now, so like, I mean, there's gonna be a lot of access to Indian food now. I mean, the culture shock, guys and girls. Was it yesterday? No, the day before. Oh my God, I was in Brampton for the first time, driving around to stores and stuff to buy stuff, Home Depot, whatever. Oh my God, the culture shock. Like, I was overwhelmed with how many brown people were there. It's just like, holy shit, y'all all in like packs here, right? So I'm there and I'm like, yeah, walking around and stuff, like, and it feels like, because I've visited India as a kid and stuff, and I lived in Sri Lanka, so, and it feels like no difference, right? Like, there's all these people, but you're not Toronto, whatever. Even the streets have Indian names, some of them. So it's just like, holy shit, like, it's like, woof, hit you hard. But all my neighbors too, a bunch of them, most of them, there's a couple of Caucasian, like, white families and stuff. Canadian flags and stuff. I'm putting my Canadian flag up as soon as I move in. So there's a few other houses with their Canadian flags. So I was like, yeah, at least I'm not gonna be left out here by myself with like one flag. You know what I mean? There's no pride flags in the neighborhood, so that was something I noticed, because that's something I noticed in some neighborhoods, but in that neighborhood there was none. Um, so it's more conservative, definitely, which is nice. I like that. The water is shit. The water is so shit. Like I couldn't even drink it. It's so much chlorine. So I think we'll have to set up some type of filter for the water. Um, and so you know we gotta figure that one out. And yeah, it is what it is. Yes, it is the Indian version of tortillas. Kotori is the best, bro. Oh, text. Where's my phone? Sorry. Jonathan says, female sex hanging out on edge of cave, entire entrance. Male hanging out above, been like this all day. Okay. I think you should trigger them, because I think they're ready to breed right now. And best food for baby Corridoras is live food, so paramecium and baby brine shrimp. Ooh, where's that noise coming from? Something new, odd. Paramecium and baby brine shrimp as soon as they can eat it. And if you cannot give those, then you have to have a lot of like this tank, for example. Some survive because there's a lot of this mossy green stuff. I don't know if you can see the tank, right? You've seen this tank before, I'm pretty sure of it. So there's a lot of this stuff here, and then there's a lot of paramecium naturally growing in here, right? So that seems to work to keep some alive, but it's not optimal production. You know what I mean? It's very minimal production. It's 6 o'clock actually. I gotta sign off because Father Fish is starting. Let me know when Father Fish starts. Daniel says, I love chicken biryani. Chicken biryani is like literally, I know a few stores that have the best, and they're all the best. They always make the same way. Pleco Fever's mom also. Like she puts a little bit too much oil. She just wants to get me fat, I think. Oh my god. It is like heaven. I buy like a whole tray of that stuff from her. They don't even do catering anymore, but like she still makes them for me the odd time. She's really nice. She's a sweetheart. So I get that. My mom and dad, since my brother's married now and stuff, they don't have to take care of him and stuff, and they like kind of like neglected me for the last 20 years almost, which is fine. I'm not complaining or anything, but I think they're feeling guilty about the whole thing, and they've been bringing me food quite a bit. So my mom and dad have been very nice with the food delivery setup. Every few weeks, my dad and mom will drive to a few restaurants and pick up all this Indian food and just drive it over and drop it off at my house. My fridge is full of Indian food right now, and it's all frozen because I can't eat it all at the same time. So I unfreeze it and I eat it. What's going on, Magic? Very nice. Kotu roti is the best, bro. Yeah, Fish Easy's channel is good, you know. Well, Patty, environment is also a factor, and some of these people that are potentially having those things done, like those surgeries and procedures, might not be the best parents too, right? So that's something to consider also. And yes, it could end up being one of those situations if it is actually shitty parenting, right? So it is possible, but I always try to look for the best in people. To me, when I think about people, I don't think about people that are killing people and stuff like that, serial killers and stuff like that. I think about people like, you know, that are inspirational. You know, Nelson Mandela is, you know, somebody I think is inspirational, or Elon Musk is a huge inspiration right now. I'm loving Elon Musk right now. You know what I mean? I don't like billionaires usually, but I definitely like him as a person because he has some values, and that seems to matter. You know what I mean? Or at least I think what he finds valuable is also something I find valuable. I think, or our values align in certain ways. Does that make any sense? I don't know if that makes any sense. We have similar values, I guess, when it comes to certain things like freedom of speech and censorship and stuff. We believe that, or at least our beliefs seem to be aligning. Also with a lot of other people that have similar views and stuff too. Might be considered unacceptable and extremist by our Prime Minister. But at the same time, like he's not the most popular person in Canada right now either. So it is what it is. But yeah, biryani is different in every taste. Like there's so many flavors. Try it out. Yeah, you know what? That is true. Biryani from different places of the world, from Southeast Asia, tastes completely different. And then also, if you eat fried rice from Malaysia or Singapore, or I've been to all these countries by the way. I've been to Malaysia, I've been to Singapore. I've never been to Thailand, but I've eaten Thai food all over the world, so I've tried that also. But I've eaten actual food in Malaysia. I've been there for a while, so it was pretty fun. But yeah, different parts of India too, different taste. Um, but yeah, Sri Lankan biryani is another experience. It's similar to kotha roti, but like with rice. So definitely something to experience. Have you ever played around with P. cadicensis, aka Mississippi grass shrimp? No, I have not. That's what I was gonna say. They probably can handle frozen temperatures. That's really nice. ABK, what's up? What's up? It's going, bro. It's going. I'm picking up the truck on Wednesday, and we're gonna move most of my tanks from Wednesday to Sunday, and also all of the tanks, the 5,000 liters of tanks that are at Bob Wilson's house. It's all gonna be moved in that 5 days. So it's not gonna be fun. I think I'm gonna take Wednesday, Thursday, Friday off. I might have to work one day out of those 3. I'm definitely not gonna take more than one, and I'm gonna try my best. But if they ask me to work, I can't say no either because I need to work. So I'm working tomorrow and Tuesday. I'm playing a SWAT police officer, and my role, active shooter situation, is my role, where I'm one of the SWAT officers entering an active school shooting. So that's the scene we're filming tomorrow and Tuesday. And so it's I had to be mentally prepared for that too. I can't, like, I'm gonna be around like firearms and stuff like that. So I had to be on my A game. I gotta shave and I look like a SWAT officer. Gotta look like a cop. Yeah. Oh my god, it's fun. It's fun. But like tomorrow morning, I'm gonna wake up and feel like SEAL Team Alpha. You know what I mean? Like I'm leaving this house with that mentality. Like essentially, probably wear my like Desert Storm Army camo or something in the morning, just going in. You know what I mean? Like I have a nice, like a camo outfit with all the insignia and everything, hat and everything. That's my personal outfit. Like I bought it. You can buy it at the Army Surplus store. So I have one of those. So I might wear that tomorrow. Definitely wearing that on Tuesday with my green boots and shit. Like I like feeling like whatever I'm playing. Like when I'm playing a doctor, I have a stethoscope and everything. Even if it's like a like a extra role or whatever, it's still it's good to be in character in your head, so then you can act the right way, when you're there. And they like that, so I get more work. You know what I mean? So anyways, I'm excited for tomorrow and Tuesday. I'm getting paid like more money because of my licenses and stuff, and because of my training. So I'm pretty happy, like it's nice. Tomorrow is gonna be a good day. Tuesday is gonna be even more fun because I think Tuesday is gonna be the main active drill scene where we're gonna be doing a lot of the stunt work and everything. So it's gonna be fun. Can't give you too much information for what show it is for. I actually don't know what show it's for. I don't care. They asked me if I can work on Monday and Tuesday. I said yes. They asked me if I have all my licenses up to date and all my training papers up to date. I said yes. And I had to send all that in. And I had to go for a COVID test today. So I did that. As long as I don't get an email in the next hour or so, which I don't think I have COVID, or at least I don't think I'm testing positive, because if I did, they would have emailed me already, which means I'm working tomorrow and Wednesday and Tuesday. Yeah, we'll make like $1,000 in 2 days, probably more. Probably make like a good chunk of change in the next 2 days too. So happy. Yeah, I love my job. Am I gonna split my steps? Probably, maybe. I think so. I don't know yet. I'm definitely. So it depends on what tanks I get set up. If I only set up one tank for the Zebs initially, I might put all 3 groups into the same tank, and I have 2 groups in here right now. I have the baby grower group also, and I have this group also. So I might just put like 50 fish into one tank, which might be fun. But I don't think I'll do that. I'll at least set up 2 tanks, which means I'll probably split this group, the baby, the younger 12 or so I have in here, will go into a separate tank. The adult 14 I might keep together. I haven't decided. I'm gonna look at them, see what genders they are, and figure out like how many males and females exactly I have. And I also have to figure out which male and female are breeding with which. So like I don't want to split them up that way. So I might just keep the group together if the numbers are good. If there's like a few extra, there's some smaller guys that are females I think, so I might move those out into another tank. Might reduce the number of the group rather than splitting it up. I haven't decided. I did bring up the temperature to stop them from breeding until the move is done. Oh, there's a trapping. Holy shit, these guys are like rabbits. I've been trying to stop them from breeding, but there is a trapping right now. There's a trapping in there, right? There might be another trapping right now. No. Okay, let me see what the temperature is right now in the tank. I haven't been home yesterday either. It's 85.5. There's a trapping happening. So I guess 85.3. Okay, so there is a trapping happening, and if they breed, they breed. You know what I mean? I can't stop them. No, of course not. I'm not splitting them. And so because of that, I kind of can take out some of the really small females and stuff that are not breeding, and the really large male and his female. I might try to put them in a separate tank, try to get them to breed because they're not really getting triggered in this tank as they used to. So they're like not slowing down, but they only like every 2 months maybe, you know, they'll trap. So I need to get them going faster, like every month type of deal. So I might try to do something with them. You know, just move them into a separate tank. I don't know. I haven't decided. I'm undecided. I haven't even decided which fish are gonna move into which tanks. I'm just gonna move as much as I can, and then move the tanks as much as I can. And if whatever tanks get set up, I'm gonna say, okay, this tank I can put this fish in, and so I'm gonna move those fish. You know, that's how it's gonna go right now because there's a lot. It's overwhelming, you know. But the good thing is we have 5,000 liters of new tanks that are from Bob Wilson. They're not new, but they're not from this fish room, which I have access to almost all those tanks. My business partner, who I'm getting the place with, offered to take on all the baby fish that are being born right now, all the angels that are being born. I'm just putting them into Dixie cups and I'm taking them to his house. Let me know if Father Fish has started, and I'll sign off because I have to do stuff too. I'm just waiting for him to start so I can send you guys over. But anyways, I'm putting the babies into these Dixie cups, and I'm taking it to my partner's house and giving it to them, and he's gonna put them into breeder boxes, and he's gonna raise them, the angel fry that are being born right now, because we don't want to slow down production. We want to have production right away at the new facility. Secondarily, all these baby Plecos that are being born, I'm not gonna stress. I'm gonna move with them. I'm taking almost all the water out of the tank when I move. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm probably gonna take 50% of the water one day, set up the tank over there with 50% of this water, have the filter, the secondary filter running. So like one of these that I set up tonight in here, brand new. I'll take that, set up in the new tank over there. So I take this one here with the gunk and set up in the new tank. This is still running in here, so this is good here. And then the next day or the day after, when I'm moving the fish, I might take the tetras at that time. So set them up, get the bacteria going, keep everything moving, and then, you know, make sure the tetras are good for 24 to 48 hours, everything is good. Take the rest of the water, maybe all the water, and all the fish, the filters and everything, and go set it up, and voila, it's a, you know, plug and play scenario. That's what I want to do. Oh, you're talking about one of the fish. No, I'm not. I'm definitely not splitting them. What's going on, Keeping Fish Simple? How you doing? You got a little check mark now, huh? You like a green, like a little thing. It's nice. I like it. Bro, I really liked your new video. The one, it got like 100 some thousand views, I think, already. I was watching it the other day. Oh my god, I'm drawing a blank right now. But yeah, like all the new stuff you've been putting out. Actually, I've seen them. The one with the $0, you know, with the box with the and the Tetra one, the neon Tetra one. That one was good too. I was loving some of the new ones, you know. So keep it up. Definitely, if you guys are not following Keeping Fish Simple, definitely follow him. You know. What's going on, Gucci? Buddy, no, thank you. You're doing good. You're making good videos. Giving me some ideas actually. I'm liking what you're doing now, so I might start like not like don't have a schedule, just make videos like one a week type of deal, like something really valuable, and I think that's something I can do. I think that might just instead of making like random stuff, Um, Daniels, yes, that one is good too. But the one you just did, I forgot what it was, but like oh man, there was like a lot of views on it. And the newest one you did, I haven't even seen that one, so I gotta check that one too. So I'm gonna go through this stuff over the time I have some time too. You know what I mean? I'm not just gonna be like always be able to watch everything right away. So sometimes like I might see the video, I might skim through it, and whatever, I might see the title like, oh shit, this is real, looks real nice. I might check it out like a week later when I'm at work, and yeah. But I'm trying to catch up on everybody's stuff when I'm at work. See you, Steiner. See you soon. Thank you so much for the super chat earlier, and thank you so much for being a member and everything. And buddy, I'm not saying too much. You are not gonna be disappointed with what's coming. That's all I'm gonna say. Really, eh? Thank you then. Thank you. You became a member also, so thank you. No, he's great. Like, and this is the thing. I'm friends with Thomas, like who is a master breeder in Belgium. He breeds zebra Plecos and L236 support. He has like 80 babies this last 8 weeks. Okay, so 10 a week type of deal, or he's getting a clutch every 2 weeks from his fish. So he has 80 L236 super whites that are like premium quality. Okay, and so like we're buddies, and he's the one who kind of first put me on to Nick, like, and he said, like Nick is great, like his videos are great, and for somebody that's his age, we thought Nick was like at least in his like late 20s, right? Find out he's like actually like way younger than that. To be doing that is amazing, and his content is great too. So like definitely huge shout out to Nick, which is Keeping Fish Simple. Thank you, Urban Angel. I still have COVID symptoms. I guess they call it long COVID. Just have lung, like a phlegm in my lung, cough and stuff like that. Might have to take antibiotics actually. I've been not taking care of myself, guys and girls. It's the truth, but oh, buddy, I'm excited. You know what? We're getting a new space too, so it's gonna be fun. We'll do like a live stream, one day too, because the new place is gonna be nice for us too. I don't think it's gonna be as organized as your place, because I know your plan with the whole thing was like way more automated, and everything is gonna be like really nice with that. So for us, some of the tanks downstairs are gonna be a lot more automated, and the stuff upstairs in my breeding room is gonna be a lot of manual labor stuff for me. Just because I don't want to have like accidents. I don't want to ruin that floor. It's a really nice floor at the new place. So basement floor is fine. It's just vinyl. Water goes in it. It's fine. You know what I mean? It's warped and all kinds of shit. It's cement. It's fine. There's a drain and everything. So water goes on it. It's a-okay. But second floor and top floor, it's like real nice wood. So I want to be nice about that. You know what I mean? And but yeah, it's gonna be fun. So I'm excited. Dude, if you come to the US, if you're in the like eastern United States, I'm like 4 to 5 hour drive from like any of those eastern states, like New York, Buffalo, I guess, which is also in New York. Michigan, I'm 4 hours from Michigan, 4 hours from New York, 5 hours from New York, 4 hours from Buffalo. Boston is not that far from here, like it's just a ferry ride across the lake essentially. It's not too expensive to come across. So get visa for Canada and the US, and have that visa ahead of time just because of COVID bullshit, I don't want you to be like trying to get your visa when you're in the US. It might be difficult. Get your visa for Canada ahead of time so you can come through. And oh, very nice, Urban Angel. Um, yeah, no, it's a really good hobby, and if you're a young person, definitely. I'm not the best channel for young people because I am a little bit, you know, more advanced stuff too, but I also talk about other stuff here and there. So if you're a younger person, I would say follow Olivia and Dad's Fish Room. Olivia is really smart, and they make a lot of videos, and it's great for like, she's 9, I think she's turning 10 this year, or she turned 10, I don't know. She's very young, and she's very intelligent, she's very smart, she breeds a lot of cool fish, so I would recommend following her if you're under the age of like 16, you know what I mean? If you're over 16, 17, then, I mean, considering what you're learning in school, I don't think I can top that, you know what I mean? So, even for like the young ones, right? So, but like I still have ethical responsibility towards people, so I gotta say that. Depending on how old you are, my channel might be not the best channel for you, you know? Just letting you know. Definitely, Nick, definitely, like send me a message. I think the move will happen this week, coming week, 7 days. The majority of the stuff should be moved by next Sunday. So it's gonna be one of those weeks for us here. But regardless of how it works out and plays out, within a month I would be settled in, and you know what I mean? I have extra room now. You can come stay over, right? Like there's 5 bedrooms in this place. You might have to sleep in a bedroom with some fish tanks, you know what I mean? It'd be like, you know, like a futon type of bed, but I got you, buddy. You can come stay in Toronto if you want to stay here for like a week. Go to all the fish rooms here. I can drive you to like Michael's Fish Room, Fish Easy, you know, Pleco Fever would be down, you know what I mean? There's a few other people we can drive, like if you're down to take a drive to Sarnia, and we can go to check out Jonathan's Fish Room there, you know what I mean? There's fish rooms all over Ontario we can go and visit. And there's a whole bunch of different fish keepers, so we can do all that, and you'll have enough content too. Like Ontario, definitely, and I can film stuff too, because a lot of these fish rooms I haven't been to either. So it'd be fun, you know, so we can do all that, you know, let me know. Best time to do this would be in like February-ish, March-ish, or like just in terms of my work and stuff, I'm gonna be busy till like about December, middle of December, and but after that I'm pretty free. So just send me a message, we'll figure it out, man. I'll take a week off from work, have fun, you know. Can you see more of my tank setups? Okay, which tank do you want to see? Do you have anything specific in mind? Because not all the lights are on. This is the Zebra Pleco tank that's behind me. That's what we've been looking at today. I can turn around and show you guys the tank actually. Oh, my back hurts. Oh my god, Daddy's getting old. Oh, there's 50 likes already. That's amazing. Okay. Okay, so this is a Zebra Pleco breeding tank. There's a bunch of Zebra Plecos in here. They were sleeping until 2 hours ago when I turned the lights on. So they are waking up now. They're awake and doing their Pleco stuff. This is as much activity as you get from the Zebra Pleco tank. I don't expect them to be more active than this when there's no food, but since I have not fed them in the last 48 hours, although they are fatties, look at this guy. Look how fat he is, okay? So they don't need to eat, but I will put some food just because I do have baby fish in here too. I have like about 15 babies in here that are of various sizes growing up. Some of them are not babies anymore. They're, I guess, juveniles. But let's put some food in. Any chance? You gotta go to school for that. Yes, we are coming to Europe for 236 from Thomas. Yes, 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 yes. Anyone not a member, it's definitely worth it. Yes, it is worth it. Listen, that chat group is brilliant, okay? There's people from all types of viewpoints and experience levels, and everybody has you know, different political viewpoints, and like, you know, the conversations happen in there, man. And then fish talk happens in there, and like really cool fish talk. Like, I mean, dude, like sometimes I go in at work and I'm just like, I can't respond because I'm at work, but I can see the conversation, so I'm sitting there reading the whole thing, right? And it's like, man, it's the most interesting chat group. Like I don't know if you guys are members of Pleco and Corey Mania. I'm one of the moderators of Pleco and Corey Mania on Facebook. So there's a chat group of all the moderators. There's about 15 of us in there, right? It's a really cool chat group. Like I mean, Craig Whitehead's on that. Uh, Dan is on that, who's like a master breeder in England. You know, a bunch of other master breeders, you know, like from England, essentially most of them. And there's a few Americans and there's a couple of Canadians on there. Like there's me. I'm the only Canadian in the moderator group, and there's I think one American, right? Everybody else is from England. So it's a quite interesting group, you know what I mean? I love the chats that happen on there. It's a lot of fish talk and it's a lot of other stuff, you know? So but like this chat group is bumping. Like even beyond the Pleco and Corey Mania chat group, which is bumping. Like half the time I'm watching their chats and I'm laughing. Like, you know, 3 o'clock in the morning I'm trying to fall asleep and the chat's just going and I can't put my phone down. I just literally reading everything they're saying and I'm laughing my ass off, right? So it's so fun. And then the education that you get from the super secret chat group, which is the main thing I think is important on top of it being bumping, you know? Like it's fun, it's entertaining and it's educational and you get to learn. You get to ask questions, you get to learn from me, you get to learn from all the other people. Father Fish is on there. Sometimes he'll come and chat. Kenny E's been very active the last couple of days, so huge shout out to Kenny E. If you're not subscribed to his channel, please do, because I mean their live streams are awesome. Okay, Danny Ken Aquatics. So Danny and Ken, oh my, Danny is hilarious. Okay, I don't always get to watch the live streams, but whenever I do, I'm always dying laughing. Okay, it's amazing. So yeah. Do I have a TikTok? No, I don't support communism, guys. Come on now. I don't do that. TikTok is evil. I don't have a TikTok. I'm too old for that stuff. I can barely keep up with the YouTube and the Facebook, okay? Like, I'm an old man, okay? I'm that, like, you know, dad dude that doesn't have kids yet. So, relax. No TikToks here. Which one? This guy? No, that's actually a female. The big ones are the girls, huh? So these bigger ones here, I'll tell you which ones are boys. Actually, there's some boys. She's really old. Like this girl's like probably like 8 years old, 9 years old. I've had her for a while. Look how big she is compared to even the big ones. She's like 2 inches, eh? This is like actual what cardinal tetras. So when they tell you can keep these guys with discus and stuff, they're talking about that size fish, not these little itty bitty ones. Okay, these are like little snacks. So if you put these with discus, at night your discus will thin the herd. Like they won't go after them during the day because usually your discus will be a little bit more shy and reserved during the day. But when the lights go out, the discus will go after these guys. Okay, the little ones, the itty bitty ones. This one, these little green neons are like snacks. You know what I mean? But the big guys, like that guy or girl, I guess that girl there. Sorry, sweetheart. Or this girl right here. Or even some of these males that are like this guy here, like for example, this is a male. You can kind of tell the line is more like I don't know here, like a wedge. The red, it goes like that, and the females is kind of like more like wider. It's a little bit more like this. I don't know. I'll try to show you that more. That's how you can tell, and then also the shape of the body and stuff too. But yeah, they're old. Some of these girls. And some of these little ones I bought, these are wild caught, these new ones that are here. But the really big ones I had forever. So, yeah, I mean, my goal is to keep my fish alive long term. I want them to live a healthy, yeah. The Goji just messaged me, he's bringing some tanks over. But yeah, like I want to keep my fish alive as long as possible. You know what I mean? The long, healthy lifespan, and that's my goal for my own. Eric, hello from NYC. I don't know if Father Fish has started yet, but I didn't get no notifications. I've done 2 hours. I can't do it anymore. I'm tired. I gotta clean tanks and go to bed. I prepare myself to be SWAT officer tomorrow. You know what I mean? Like, so I gotta shave and do my hair and mentally prepare myself, get all my clothes ready. I only have to bring underwear basically. They provide everything else, but I still have to get my car ready. Goji's coming to drop off some tanks, so I gotta deal with that right now. Life, right? Good times. Okay, he's 20 minutes away. So yeah, gotta go to work, and I think I've told you this, I love my job, so good. How come Father Fish hasn't started today? It makes no sense, right? I don't want to teach people anything on TikTok. TikTok is not where people should go to learn anything. TikTok is toxic. That's my opinion, but I totally am against TikTok. Since you've asked this several times, I'll tell you why I don't have TikTok. I'm against TikTok. TikTok is not an American company. TikTok is not located in America. Its head office is in another country that is hostile to our way of life, whether we like to admit it or not. And therefore, it is not promoting real good content for our population. So I don't want to support that, and that's why I don't have a TikTok. So there you go, honest truth. Okay. But yeah, I'm not trying to get more people. Like, if more people want to learn, they can come here and learn. I'll make a Rumble and have more content there if you guys want stuff there. But that's about it. I'm not doing a TikTok. I rarely post on Instagram because just a lot of these things are not healthy. I'm gonna delete Facebook once I move to the new place from my phone. So I'm only having Facebook on my phone until I get to the new place because it wastes a lot of time. So I'm not using any of these things. I'm you know what I mean. I'm doing this, but like, I'll make videos to teach you guys through here. So if anybody wants to use those to learn, that's great. But yeah, I'm not supporting TikTok at all. Sorry. Oh, sweet. Okay, I'm gonna sign off. Let's go to Father Fish. Please go check him out and let him know. Choo follow train. I was just waiting for him to start. I didn't know he started already. Didn't get no notifications. But thank you so much, everyone. I love each and every one of you. All of your support through this entire process is greatly appreciated. And all of your encouragement, chats, memberships, likes, shares, like, even when I post pictures on Facebook groups, you guys come and like them and you let me know, hey, I watch your videos. It's amazing to see. Goodbye from the UK. Goodbye to the UK. Hey, happy birthday to the Queen, eh? I forgot to wish her a happy birthday. I mean, I did, like, on my social media the other day, but yeah, the Queen turned 96. She's awesome. I love her. So happy birthday to her, and good night to the UK. Thank you, Sandy. You're the man, Jonathan. Actually, today you were the man earlier too, because you came up with a brilliant bloody idea, yeah? Like, so I don't know how I'm gonna make that video, but I definitely want to give you a shout out when I implement that idea, because it's brilliant. I love it. So Jonathan is the idea man. I love it. Yep. Communist China. I can't support them. I try not to buy stuff that's made in China. It's very difficult, actually. In Canada, nothing is manufactured, so it's very difficult. But at least the fish food that I feed my fish is not made in China. My dog's food is made in Canada. But yeah, let's go to Father Fish, man. Buy Canadian, buy American, buy local, you know what I mean? Support your local economies. Go to your local pet stores. Don't go to the chain stores, you know what I mean? And find out if they have product that is manufactured in the US and buy that product. Do you know what I mean? If it's like, Gemco is a great example. It's a US company. I buy stuff from them. A lot of the stuff they sell is manufactured right here in North America. I mean, why support another economy when this economy is what feeds us? You know what I mean? Just something to think about over the next few days. I'll try to do more live streams. I know I get a little political and stuff, but I think it's important to mention these things, because it's not just about fish. If we can't feed our family and stuff, if the economy doesn't stay the way it is, how are you gonna afford this? You know what I mean? Something to think about. Thank you for being here. I hope you didn't get offended, because I am sometimes extremely offensive. You know what I mean? But not in a in a particular way, but like I mean, I've been told that I'm offensive. Some things I say are offending people, and it is what it is. You know what I mean? But thank you for being here. Super Pleco fans retracted his message. What happened? See you, buddy. Good night. I love you all. Thank you so much. I don't know how else to thank you right yet, but I will figure out a way to thank all the people that have been here throughout this entire journey. I think the new videos you're gonna love. So definitely stay tuned. And yeah, let's go to Father Fish, guys. If you haven't gone there yet, see you soon. God bless you. Have a great week. I love you all.